What's going on, everybody? Stefan Martinez, Nicholas Gambaro, Football Sunday. Lots of stuff to get into. I'm hyped. He's hyped. Big time football, although not for his Jets, but that's here nor there.
I'm
I'm just
still a
saying.
football fan. I mean, it's a great day, right? I mean,
You wake up on Sunday and it's like a new week. You're a new man on Sundays. You wake up on Sundays and you're like, let's get this started.
and we
Go ahead.
and we got some enticing matchups today too.
As you like to say, these matchups are juicy.
They are very.
These matchups are juicy. These matchups are juicier than the sirloin after being taken off the grill, baby. I'm very transfixed on 3 games,
Okay.
and none of them are my own.
Although that one too was going to be, I think, a back and forth game. Although they're playing in Cleveland, cold weather, so it may not be as high.
I think we'll get to that in a minute. But I want to get to this Buffalo New England game.
A lot riding on this game.
I don't want to say it. I don't want to say what everybody else is thinking. I mean, you obviously don't want to say it because you're a Scar Jet fan. So if you say it, it makes it seem like you're being fanboy. It just is hard for me right now to fathom a world in which the New England Patriots win this division. I know that sounds crazy, but just based off of the last couple weeks and Cam getting benched and the defense, you know what I mean? Stephon Gilmore's out today. His name could be thrown in trade rumors because he's not happy with his contract, so he could be on the way out. It feels to me, big dog, like this is the end. What do you say to that?
Partially, what's up, Skip? Yeah, let's go Jets, which I think Michael Irvin said we'll lose them by 54 points today, which I wouldn't be shocked. I think 40. I told you and Uncle John I think that we're gonna score we're gonna lose by at least 40 or more points today, but we'll see.
Well, as the kids say, well, damn.
In terms of New England, listen, it does feel like the end, right? Cam, you brought up all the points, so I won't go over them again.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the biggest thing, yes, Stephon Gilmore's losing him is huge. Edelman is the biggest loss, and who knows how long he will be out.
Mm-hmm.
I just still think New England's New England. Bill's Bill. Cam, yes, had COVID. He, the practice time was, switched around due to their game against Denver a few weeks ago having to be postponed. A lot of factors. But I think, and I'm going to say it, I think if you would be right and all the other analysts would be right, if they lose today to a divisional team, the AFC East favorite, at least in everybody else's mind, not mine, that I think then you can say, okay, this may be the official decline. This could be now Buffalo's division, at least until Miami gets their stuff together. What's up, John? Simply because that, first of all, the tiebreaker, right, with Buffalo, that'd be hard at the end of the year, even if New England still competes for the division. And the injuries. And just the chemistry in general, Cam seems to be off.
Right.
Again, that could be due to after effects of COVID and just the whole practice time. But I still am not doubting New England. I'm not doubting Bill. But this does seem like the official end. And simply because I'm still leaning a little bit more towards they're going to make this competitive. But over, all these years of New England, this is the first time I really do feel a lot of doubt, more than I normally would. Like, even when Brady seemed on the decline, I'm like, yeah, don't doubt him, man.
Well, obviously, he's not on the decline because he's putting up better, just as good numbers as he was when he was in New England. Let me counteract your points by saying this. We don't know when Julian Edelman's going to play again this year. Okay, that needs to be pointed out. He's playing with a knee that is bone on bone. He has very minimal cartilage. That is very painful. We don't know if he plays and when he plays, what type of player will he be when he
Right.
comes back? If you lose Stephon Gilmore and if you trade him, okay, then that's a big loss for them. But let me point something out. I know you said you ain't gonna doubt Bill. You know what? I am gonna doubt Bill because Bill doesn't have the talent. If they had the talent, then of course coaching would help. But they have no wide receivers to speak of outside of Julian Edelman. Name me two wide receivers that you would feel comfortable going out there with to win a
Right.
football game right now. They don't have that. And granted, I would usually agree with you. Bill's going to make a difference. Bill's going to figure out a way. But when you don't have the talent to be able to say, okay, let's figure out a way to make this work, talent wins games, bro. As much as the head coach is important, we get all that. We get all that. But I just feel like right now, I look at the Buffalo Bills as the better positioned football team. I look at them and I'm like, you have the quarterback, you have Stephon Diggs at the wide receiver position,
You
you
got a
got a
solid
whole
defense.
yeah, you got a good defense. Like I respect New England for all that they have done, but New England feels like the Spurs at the end when Tony Parker retired, and Manu retired, and Timmy retired. They're still trying to figure out how to get back to being the San Antonio Spurs. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to take Bill at least a year. And everybody said this at the beginning of the year. I know you didn't think about that because you're the scarred New England fan. I mean, scarred Jet fan. But all the pundits in football and everybody I read and speak to, Mike Reese of ESPN and everybody that writes on this team, always said that this was going to be a rebuild for them. So I'm not really sure how to phrase it other than it's looking like they were right because this looks like it's going to be a rebuild. Because once you pull Cam once you made that change, and I know he did it once because they were getting blown out, but once you do that once, you already know. You know what I mean?
I mean, it was
Bill,
just one game. I mean,
yeah,
he can bounce back today. Who
but
knows?
Bill's been checked out the last couple of years though. The Bill doesn't have the same energy for this.
Do you think
Bill's
he's going to retire at the end of this year?
I don't know if he
What's up,
retires at the end of
Sheila?
this year. Yo, I don't know if he retires at the end of this year, but I do think it's fair to question whether he wants to keep doing this. I do think it's fair to keep saying, how much. Listen, because he gave Brady no weapons. It's almost like, he knew the marriage was ending. I'm done. Like, I'm done. I won 6 Super Bowls, and it sucks to say that, but I, I'm at the point where I think Bill Belichick is like, listen, I'm gonna just let it ride, man. Whatever happens, happens. I'm no longer gonna kill myself. It is what it is, and you see it with the lack of off-season moves. You know what I mean?
And they
And
say it's very strenuous in that building, being a player, being a
that's
coach.
Caleb with another great point. The
Yes,
opt-outs are key too. Marcus Cannon opted out at the beginning of the year. That Tim Hightower, they lost a lot of key
right.
pieces to opt out. So to the opt out because of COVID. That's another thing that needs to be factored in. But even before that, I always thought that the defense carried them the last couple of years because I didn't think the offense was that good. At this point, listen, would it shock me if New England got on a run late and made things interesting in the division? No, because that's what they've been doing. But to say it's gonna happen for sure, nah. Nah, I can see a situation where they finish the year with like 6 wins.
If they had Brady, I'd feel more confident. Not that Cam isn't great, because he can be, but he isn't Brady.
Yeah, but here's the thing: Cam hasn't been Cam Newton for like the past 2 seasons, though.
And it's great. He looked great in the first couple of games before he got COVID. Remember, the offense was flowing.
Right,
Looking like New England from a few years ago. And then COVID,
right,
he caught it, and unfortunately for him, it went downhill.
right.
But we'll see.
Listen, I'm just intrigued by somebody else being able to take over the division reigns, though.
Right.
That's what I want to see.
Exactly.
I want to see a Buffalo step up. I want to see everybody else step up and do what we've been praying for the last 4 or 5 seasons. That that Eagle Dallas game, we're gonna get to that last because I got some harsh comments because
Yeah.
there's
And you guys are
no
winning the division by default, I think, because
there's no way that game should be on Sunday Night Football. Whoever slotted that game on Sunday Night Football,
and you know me, I'm the biggest rivalry guy, but
that game's gonna be. And you know me, I'm gonna watch it because I'm psychotic. But there's no way I'm gonna enjoy that football game. There's no way. There's no way. That's gonna be like watching paint dry or watching sand on a chalkboard. It's gonna be brutal. Brutal.
Just that harsh sound. Yeah.
Oh.
But we'll see. Just the storylines of New England, the storyline of Buffalo could take over the division.
Right.
It's very
second game I'm looking forward to. I'm definitely looking forward to this bad boy. New Orleans and Chicago.
Down Bears.
We'll see what's up. We'll see what's up. We'll see tonight how everything plays out. But I'm rolling with Chicago. And the reason why I'm rolling with Chicago is if you know anything about Drew Brees, historically speaking, you put that brother outside in some cold weather and he's like, oh, hell no. I got to do this for 4 quarters, dude. Nah, I'm out. Again, no Michael Thomas, and don't be surprised before Tuesday if you see his name thrown around in some trade rumors. He's still dealing with the ankle, whatever the case. But I think it's deeper for what's going on in that locker room. The fact that, he got into a fight with some teammates and teammates are questioning whether he wants to be on the field or, you know what I mean? There's a lot of internal stuff going on in New Orleans right now.
Go ahead, and then I'll make my point.
No, go ahead. I was done.
Okay. I was just going to say that don't you think that that's another team, too, that's been great for so many years, but something about them, I mean, I was never really a fan of them anyway, not for any particular reason. I don't know. Right. I never thought they were as great as people thought. I mean, look, it's amazing. The team has always been competitive and made deep runs, but there's just something about them that was always missing. Right. And now over these past couple of years, last year, not great.
Right.
This year now with Michael Thomas and the drama, and Brees is much older. And yes, I know people are going to say, but look at what Brady's doing, which is true. But Brees to me is not Brady, not even close.
Nah, he's up there. You can't do that. Drew Brees is one of the top 5 quarterbacks in this league.
He is.
Still, you can't do that.
But
I'm not gonna let you get away with all that.
He ain't Brady.
But nobody is though. So that's unfair. That's like saying he ain't Mike. Well, nobody's Mike because Mike is in the stratosphere by himself.
Depends on who you ask, because some people.
I don't give a damn. I can listen. He ain't Mike. He ain't never gonna be Mike. Brady ain't Drew Brees ain't Tom Brady. Ain't never gonna be Brady.
But to your point, yeah, Drew Brees in the cold weather, windy Chicago, it's gonna be.
I'm saying,
and the Bears came off a bad loss on Monday night.
That's another thing.
They're gonna want to bounce back.
I was getting to that next, but I just want to make this last point. And you could tell me if I'm wrong for feeling this way. But if you play games in a dome, I don't believe in your football team. You could tell me, well, that's unfair.
No,
that's not right. You know what I mean? You can't do that. Listen, if you play football in a dome, I don't believe in your football team. And here's why. I don't believe in your football team because all the good teams in football, they have a semblance of styles. Right. They can run the football. They can throw the football. Their defense is used to the elements. Good championship teams, they adapt to whatever the situation is. With the dome teams, we can't really adapt. Drew Brees and Cole Well is a prime example of that. You know what I mean? He never really adapted. For me right now, I know this sounds crazy, but I put the Packers over the Saints in terms of being able to make a better playoff run because I trust Aaron Rodgers, cold weather quarterback, plays in the cold, still got weapons. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? All good, brother, all
What's
good.
up,
We're
Ray?
here. You know what I mean? It's just I have that connotation. I don't know if anybody else out there agrees with the connotation, but I just feel like Matt Ryan. We've seen it with Matt Ryan for years, putting up numbers in the dome. Matt Ryan's the truth. Put that brother outside in some cold weather. You're like, dump, the dump, dump. You know, you're like, oh damn, I gotta go there. Nah, dog, out. That's why I trust teams like Pittsburgh, Baltimore, teams that play outside that gotta play in frigid weather. They're built to win championships.
Chicago, yeah, Green Bay, all them.
Right. And it all start and what is Chicago? Chicago. Let's just go through this real quick. Chicago, Green Bay, not so much Green Bay, but Chicago, Baltimore, the Steelers. Defense and a running game. You gotta be able to run the football. I know I say that ad nauseum on this show, but you gotta be able to run the football. Because that's how you milk a clock away. And then the final game. I'm looking forward to Seattle, San Francisco. Man, would it be crazy for me to say, Big Dog? Because I'm curious what you think and what the viewers think as well. That both these teams are capable of scoring over 40 points today because both these defenses are that bad.
Yeah, I could see it for sure.
And you never thought you would say that about a Seattle football team, that the defense is that bad when they're scoring they're allowing over 35 points a game. But they're that bad. That's the greatness of Russell Wilson. That's what that is. When you giving up 30 burgers left and right, and you still managing to win football games.
And the MVP race is going to be fascinating because I already think it's Russ, but not for nothing. Tom Brady's making a case.
Tom Brady's like, yo, he's like Night of the Living Dead, dog. Y'all tried to kill me like 6 times. Have you not learned yet? I'm never going to die. He's like the Undertaker in wrestling.
Or the Terminator just doesn't die.
They tried to bury me. They said I was done. They said I was finished. They said it was a wrap. Oh, yeah, watch this. I ain't dead yet. I'm very much alive and well. And by the way, good Lord. Just when you think the offense couldn't get any more explosive, Mike Evans is starting to find a rhythm. Gronk is starting to find a rhythm. Chris Godwin's starting to find a rhythm. Their running game looks decent. Oh, and Antonio Brown is about to wear a Tampa Bay Buccaneers uniform.
First game next week, Sunday Night Football against New Orleans in Tampa.
I will say this, though, and I might catch some heat for this, but hear me out on this. I feel like the addition of Antonio Brown could ruin this whole thing.
It could very well.
People like, that's a little drastic. I don't know if it's drastic. I don't know if it's that drastic. I think when you have as much playmakers as they have, by the way, there's only one football. It's not like you could throw.
Oh, my Lord.
Right. Now, if anybody can manage all of this, it's Tom Brady. I just think that it's a lot to put on one head coach and say, hey, man, deal. Yeah, he's like the Undertaker, dog. You don't die. You hear the gong, and you're like, oh, here he comes.
Rising out of the coffin, yeah.
Right. Like, didn't we just kill this dude? No. I'm back. You didn't kill me, dog. We still here. And but that is the greatness that is Tom Brady. And I know people get sick of it. They're like, you can't keep. Eventually, he's gonna die. You're right. Eventually, it's gonna happen when he dies, where it's final. But Listen, going to Tampa bought him an extra couple years, man. Warm weather. You know what I mean? The joints don't hoit as bad.
Nah. And you're playing
You know
in
what I
a
mean?
warm division. You're playing in a dome in New Orleans, Charlotte. It could get chilly, but not like frigid like
Not bad.
Atlanta too a little bit. But, well, you're in a dome, so you don't got to worry about that. Tampa Bay, it's hot. The humido, it's humid.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful.
I'm missing that weather already.
Facts, bro.
Yeah, Saints Bucks on my birthday actually too. So
happy birthday to you. Oh,
Old Man River.
Yo, facts, bro. By the way, how intrigued are you with this Steelers Raven game today? We'll talk more about the Bucks in a minute because they're playing the Giants, which, but
good luck, Ray.
I gotta tell you, man, I'm very intrigued by this Pittsburgh-Baltimore game today.
That game, I mean, you can't really even pick one because Kyler Murray, that Sunday night game.
Not a bad pick either.
Amazing. That dude is special. And having Kingsbury, excuse me if I'm mispronouncing his name, but oh my God.
Cliff Kingsbury.
Thank you.
There you go.
I appreciate it. No, with him and Kingsbury, amazing duo. And the Jets could have
and here's the thing. It ain't the way Kyler Murray and him work, he lets Kyler Murray be the quarterback.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Lets him do what he wants, and he's a playmaker. He's got an arm. He can run. I like, too, their style of offense. They did a lot of play action. They did, the fake handoff, run.
Right.
So, and that, when they play each other again, them in Seattle, it's fun. Because him and Russell are very similar. So, and explosive offenses. I mean, DeAndre Hopkins going there, that helped them a ton. And Arizona could be a dark horse, too, even for a playoff spot.
And it opens it up again for Larry Fitzgerald because we keep saying Larry's old.
Thank you.
Larry still
I forgot about Larry.
Larry Fitzgerald still catches big passes. He's still very involved in the offense. Like the play last week, I'm like, yo, this is typical winning football. He takes the football from the middle of the field and is like, yo, dog, give me this. Because they're farting around with the time. They're farting around. And all you see is Larry just pushing it towards the middle. Like, give me that football. And, when it comes down to it, there's nobody that I would rather not deal with than a team like Arizona. They got weapons. I don't want to see that young boy in the playoffs. Oh, no. No way. I'm good. We good. No bueno. I'm out, as the kids say. I'm out on that. I'm going over there. I'm out. I'm gonna say this, and it's gonna sound crazy. Big dog, I need your help. I need your football expertise. I need you here a minute. Today is a prove it or lose it game for Lamar Jackson. And I know you're probably thinking, well, damn, that's a little harsh, isn't it? It could be under the more normal circumstances. It's a little harsh. I'm not disputing that fact. However, you're playing against a team that is in your division. Mm-hmm. You're playing against a team that is trying to make a run for it. And you're also playing against a team that has Super Bowl aspirations just like you do.
Right.
So this feels like a very move it or lose it type of game for Lamar Jackson. To that you say what? Am I off base in saying that?
I think you have a point. I think it's a little too I don't think we should say that just yet, but this is his first game against Ben Roethlisberger. Excuse me. I can't speak English today. About, it's going to be quarterback versus quarterback, yes, in this matchup, but it's ultimately going to come to, as we both know in the history of this rivalry, is defenses. Can Lamar handle that pressure of a Steelers defense? And, Roethlisberger is healthy. Pittsburgh's on a roll right now. And they want to win this game badly, especially to have a stranglehold on the division and also to have a tiebreaker towards the end of the year against the Ravens.
Right.
So I think this can be he's got to prove something, but at the same time, I think he's still great. The thing I would say is he has to prove it to me really now, of course, the regular season football matters, but in the playoffs.
But that's why. But this game is emblematic of what he's going to face in the playoffs. This is why, to me, it's a measuring stick.
That's a good point.
You're going to see a lot of the very same similar schemes, very same similar style against these teams in the playoffs. A hard-nosed defense. They're going to hit you hard. They're going to be in your face. Smash mouth football. We both love that. Give me 4 calls of them beating up on each other. I'm good. And as the resident Cleveland Brown fan on the show, annihilate each other. Annihilate it. I'm hoping for big hits. Listen, do it to each other. Well, I'm good. I'm good with whatever you do. I just think the key thing for me, this is big for Lamar. This is bigger for Lamar than it is for Big Ben.
Right.
Because I've seen Big Ben in every scenario.
Yeah, you don't have really nothing to prove.
Lamar needs to win this football game, not only for himself, but for the psyche of the entire team.
Yes.
Because you already know you might see Pittsburgh down the line. You might see a Kansas City down the line. Yeah. You're going to see these teams that they do this. Chicago, right? Let's just say Chicago makes it out the NFC. I'm just saying hypothetically. They got that smash mouth defense that don't take no prisoners. So you're going to have to deal with playing quality, hard-hitting defense. He might have to stand in the pocket. He may not be able to run 15, 20 times a game. I think that's a fair point to bring out. However, listen, I think Pittsburgh wins in a close one. I think Lamar, if Lamar plays well and they lose, I won't feel that bad. But if Lamar stinks up the joint where he's throwing picks and he's getting hit then I gotta worry if I'm a Raven fan, because you saw what Kansas City did to him.
Right.
And City's like, nah, dog, we ain't letting you run the football. Nah. You gotta beat us with your arm. And you've always said you don't think that Lamar can beat teams with his arm. And I had to give you credit because that game kind of I'm like, hold on now. Kansas City might have exposed some things in terms of, how we look at him as a quarterback.
And let's not forget about Tennessee. I mean, we barely mention them in the AFC. Now they don't.
And they're not sexy like everybody else.
No.
But they're scary.
They are
scary. They almost did it to Pittsburgh last week. I was like, yo, Tennessee.
And they're the ones who knocked out Baltimore last year, I believe, in the second round. So
right. And not only did they knock them out, but they
watched that together. They killed them.
Yeah. They out Tennessee. They out Baltimore. Baltimore.
Badly.
If that makes sense. Yes.
And me and you, I think, picked Tennessee. I think we both went with the upset.
Yup. And I'm gonna say something. Kayla said something about Kyler Murray being dark horse for MVP. Can we put some respect on Mr. Ryan Tannehill's name, please? I'm just saying. Can we put some respect on that brother's name? You see, he got the AG effect. He got the after Gates effect. He's good. He's purified. He's purified now. He don't have the toxicity in his system anymore.
You don't gotta worry about Gase no more.
If they can force Lamar to throw and stop the right.
That's it.
Right. Which is the key. Because I know people say, but what about Patrick Mahomes? That's not a fair criticism because that young brother could. I seen him sling it 40 yards from inside the pocket with no problem.
Yeah,
You know what I
Lamar
mean?
is. He can do things, but not like Patty can. I mean, the
Nah,
throws
yeah.
he makes are like freakish.
Yo, he's a
And
video game.
I mean, in your lifetime, I mean, we're basically the same age.
Right.
I don't remember a quarterback ever throwing any passes like he does. Ever.
Favre.
Maybe Favre. But even then, lefty,
Favre is the close.
he does all this
Favre is the
wild stuff.
Yeah, but Favre is the closest thing we've seen to having that imagination and the gumption to say, you know what, damn that, I'm throwing this thing.
Like
it don't matter.
Yeah, just
Right. And so I think for me, the key today, time of possession, whoever wins the time of possession battle, the turnover battle, and whoever gets the most first downs. Because I don't think touchdowns are going to be easy to get in this football game. But if you can keep the ball out of each quarterback hands for longer periods of time, I think you put yourself in a much better position to win this football game. And this is where I want to see a guy like, can you get Mark Ingram back on it, running the football? Can you get the tight ends like a Mark Andrews to get the heavy yards? Well, I like to call the heavy yards. The 3rd and 5s, those yards that are going to make or break you winning this football game. So I'm excited. Those are my 3 key matchups. But I know there's a couple more on there. We got Vikings, Packers. That's division.
That's
I'm not. It's a divisional game, so I can't just say, oh yeah, it's gonna be bad. But can I see Aaron Rodgers lighting them up for like 35? Maybe. But can I see Minnesota keeping it close because it's in division? Yeah, maybe. It's in division games you can never call. In division games you can never call.
John Elway too. More Brett Favre. Yeah,
I see more Favre. Yeah. Nah, but Elway had some legs on him though.
He did. So maybe you could say he's a combo of Favre and Elway, right? That's a good one.
Which is
2 of the greatest to ever play the game.
Well, damn. If we going that far, well, Elway and Favre put together. Well, damn.
I mean, would you agree, or do you think you have a different combination?
You know what I see, and this is gonna sound crazy, but I see Michael Vick and Kurt Warner when I see Lamar, when I see Patrick Mahomes, because he got the finesse of he can make the long throw. He's a smart quarterback, but he could turn on the Jets and be out. You know what I mean? He's just, and you remember when the Rams had that team in '99 with Torrey Holt, Isaac Bruce, Marshall Faulk.
Oh my Lord, the greatest show on turf.
They put it on people. So I'm not gonna. Hey, I'm excited.
Me too.
Games.
And then we gotta. Well, I'm not watching it. I'm watching the Red Zone all day. But the Jets are on too, unfortunately. So people can't even watch Ravens Steelers unless you have DirecTV.
I mean,
but at 4:25 they got Chicago, New Orleans, so that's gonna be good.
That's good. What do you think? I gotta ask you, man. What do you think about the Raiders coming all the way to the Midwest in the middle of, you know what I mean? Frigid temperatures in Ohio, a lot of rain expected. During the game, sheets of rain is what they're calling it in Cleveland, which I don't think benefits either team, so to speak, because both teams like to throw the football. But if I had to pick, and I'm not being a homer here, I just think the Browns' running game is just suited.
Oh, nice.
It's suited to being able to deal with whatever the weather is, whatever the conditions are. Because Kareem Hunt's been doing work these last couple of weeks. I like the backup running back they got. So, I mean, listen, that's not to say Josh Jacobs can't have a big game and run for 150 yards and go off. I'm not saying that. John Gruden's an offensive genius. So, If anybody can figure out how to deal with the inclement weather, it's John Gruden. But I'm rolling with the Browns in a close one. I'm rolling with the Browns 24-21 today to win on a field goal by Mr. Double Doink himself, Cody Park.
Oh boy.
Come on, man. You gotta go with the dicey pick sometimes. You can't play it safe. Double doink.
No, I think the Raiders somehow upset, although it's going to be hard.
We'll see this out.
Especially because
we're
used to that weather. So
right, and I wouldn't be surprised if Oakland, they started, trying to run the football and then take a shot down the field. Because one thing I will say, I'm a Browns fan. I watch them every week. They're very vulnerable in the middle of the field. Down the field, you could get if you get not down the sideline, but I'm talking in between the 50s, middle of the field. Vegas can do some things. I'm so used to saying Oakland. It feels weird to say.
No,
Vegas.
I know. I still make that mistake too.
Listen, man. So, what do you think about this Sunday nighter? Because I said we were going to touch on it. We touched on it briefly at the top, but
I mean, I think it's going to be a scrappy game. It's either going to be a really low-scoring game or Philly blows them out. But
I think Philly wins in a blowout tonight, though. Philly wins by at least 3 touchdowns.
I could see like 21-3 or something like that, 28-3.
Yeah, because listen, Dallas's offense.
Dallas has no shot. They're just awful. They're awful. Mike McCarthy seems to not have a handle on the team, the locker room at all.
Right.
There's no leadership now without Dak.
Real quick, do you feel better that they passed on Mike?
No, I still would have rather Mike McCarthy than Gase.
But I'm saying, though, it seems like they're both one and the same right now. I would have passed on both of them if I had my preference, but it just.
Although knowing the Jets, who knows if it would have worked out or not anyway, but I really like Bieniemy or Kingsbury.
Yeah, Kingsbury was the honestly, I thought the Jets should have gone after Matt Rule, which is who the Giants originally wanted. I think Matt Rule would have been good for Sam Darnold's development because you see what he's doing now with Teddy Bridgewater down in Carolina. Teddy Bridgewater is like a sneaky Pro Bowl caliber quarterback right now.
He's really
doing work. You got DJ Moore and Robbie Anderson doing work in Carolina right now.
Oh yeah,
big time. I'm rolling with the Rams today in Miami. I think the young kid gets indoctrinated by that defense.
They blown out today. I think I could see a big time score the Rams put up.
Well, damn.
I'm sorry.
Welcome to the NFL, kids.
Listen, you're going up Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey, so good luck with that.
Good luck.
No, he's on 10.
Oh, he's on 10. I forgot. Who's that other edge? They got another edge rusher. I know they got another edge rusher. That's 10. Yeah. The Rams are no joke.
I think all the teams
very
in that
real.
division make the playoffs.
Yeah, that's great. You said how many teams make the playoffs in that division?
I think all 4. I think they got a shot.
Well, damn. For real? No, let's go through. I'm serious.
Yeah, but then again, it might be hard because you got New Orleans. Later, Kayla.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you. Yes. You got Tampa Bay, New Orleans, Chicago, and Green Bay are going to make it, I think. By default, one of these NFC least teams.
Which I think is Philly because I don't trust Dallas farther than I can throw them, and it's not very far. So,
yeah, this is atrocious.
Oh, wow. Ryan Kerrigan had asked for a trade from Washington's football team. However, Washington is just telling teams that he will not be dealt. Wow, imagine Ryan Kerrigan gets dealt to a player. Imagine Ryan Kerrigan in Seattle.
Wow.
Oh dear Lord.
Well, goddamn.
Wow. So who do you think wins today? You got Seattle or you got who you got?
I'll give out my picks. I got
See, nah, we can't say Redskins because they're not the Redskins anymore.
I got Patriots beating Buffalo. I got the Jets getting killed by Kansas City.
Well, damn.
The Buccaneers killing the Giants tomorrow. I
Well,
got
yeah.
Rams beating the Dolphins. Seahawks beating the 49ers in a close one, shootout. I got Bears beating the Saints by a couple of touchdowns. I got Steelers beating the Ravens by 2. Philly blowing out Dallas.
Right.
I'm trying to think of some of the other games, but I think Bengals play Tennessee today. Titans beat them, although Joey
Burrow's keeping them in games, so I think that could be closer than what people think.
But Titans still win, I think. But Joey B keeps it close. Chargers beat the Broncos because Herbert, that kid, he's special. Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
I wish the Jets had him.
I think you said that about 4 quarterbacks on the show so far.
Yeah, and again, it's not like love Darnold to death, but
oh man,
he ain't getting the coaching.
So we're not gonna get a pick from you, Vegas, Cleveland. You going Vegas? You said.
Yeah, Vegas over Cleveland in a close. It's gonna be a grimy, gritty, old school football game.
Well, thanks, big dog. Thanks for being such a great friend to me. Thanks.
Listen, you go against my teams all the time. It's only right I do the same to you.
Listen, it's all good, man. It's all good. I ain't mad at it. I want to get into something non-football related for the last maybe 15 minutes of the show. And I want to say that Steve Cohen to the Mets feels really big. This feels big. This feels like very defining for that organization and for the franchise. And if everything I'm hearing and everything I'm seeing is true, well, damn.
It was a big day for Mets fans. It definitely was. And been waiting for many, many years.
Yeah, and the thing is, the guy, he's already making good moves. He's paying the stadium employees. He's doing it right, man. He got
giving money to small businesses around New York City that have been hit hard because of COVID. So that's really cool.
The guy's a good guy, man. I'm gonna tell you, they're gonna put together a squad because I think having Sandy in there, the OG kind of perspective, that kind of really knows.
I always love Sandy. Good baseball mind.
And look, they're gonna hire a good general manager because Sandy's not gonna be the general manager. So whoever he brings in to be the general manager, this guy's gonna be pretty good at his job. And now you got an unlimited budget. You can't say we're cheap. The budget is unlimited. I mean, you can go after any free agent you want, although their free agent class is relatively weak outside of a few players, but maybe you get, like, the Mets have been connected to DJ LeMahieu, but I know DJ wants to be back with the Yankees. But I can see the Mets going, listen, man, if they're slow on the uptake, here's a nice little something, go play second. I would hate to lose them, but now those questions have to be legitimately answered because the Mets have the financial wherewithal. Now, I want to see them get their front office together before we start speculating on moves like this, because that's what I've been saying in the group chat for the last couple of days is, let's see who they bring in here. I know it's nice to have the money because I've been a Yankee fan. I've been spoiled by money. However, I do think we need to, see what happens first and see where it goes. But I'm excited. If I'm a Met fan, like, I'm excited as a baseball fan for you guys. Like, it's good. It's good for the city. It's good for the sport. I'm for it from this standpoint because now, as a Yankee fan, you got to be on edge. If you're a Yankee fan, now you're like, now we got some competition. Now we can't fart around with these free agents. Now you may see you and I didn't think about this until like a couple days ago. But Yankees been saying, "Oh, we're not going to spend that much money. We're not going to." Now you might have to spend more than you bargained for
Yankees
because
aren't going to want to be shown up by the Mets.
now,
So
yeah, now it's like, wow.
in those matchups, those 4 or 6 times, it should be 19 because the Mets and Yankees should be in the same division, but they're not, unfortunately. But for those few times they play each year, oh my God.
Oh, it's going to be bloodbaths. We definitely can't watch those games together because.
Nah.
And I love you. You're my boy, but I'm like, nah, I'm out. I'm out. One name that I hear being targeted early as with the being associated with the Mets, and I know Met fans are gonna get giddy with this, but I keep hearing the name, Robert Ventura being associated with them in like a consultant role and bringing all the Mets back in the organization. Mike having a consultant role. So
Man,
Steve is all about the history.
There you go. See, that's why you need a fan as an owner to actually care. Not that the World Cup didn't care, but there was just a lot there that,
Yeah. But he's like, if you can only do that for the Giants.
Yeah, see, the Islanders are gooch now. We got a new ownership. The Mets are gooch. Right. We got a new owner. Although the Wilpons, after they helped the Islanders with getting the arena, they're good.
They're good. They're good. They're good with you, yeah.
But now, and somebody else tweeted it out too, a reporter who's a Jet Met Islander fan. Yo, we need new ownership with the Jets. Steve Cohen, if you know any other people,
help.
Yes. Because, yo, we can't take this no more.
Listen, the Mets are going to be competitive next year. No doubt. No doubt. Could I see Trevor Bauer and JT Realmuto wearing Mets jerseys next spring? Yes.
I don't know. As a Yankee fan, do you want to try and go after Realmuto to steal him from the Mets?
Nope.
Who do you want as catcher? Because I know you definitely want Sanchez out of there.
Give me Higashioka. Let Higashioka catch 120 games a year. I'm good with it. Good defense. Got pop in the bat. I don't need no all-star. I don't need an all-star at every position. I'm good.
But you know Yankee fans are going to want it now.
Well, Yankee fans are going to want it, but that doesn't mean that the Yankees
are over his grave right now.
Oh, the father is freaking...
George is bugging out.
If the father could come back and smack the living crap out of his kids, he would do it. He would do it. Because everybody would have been fired already. Everybody. The front office, the analytics, so we believe in this analytics. That's nice.
Which is
I ain't getting wins in the World Series, so what does it really mean?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So, and look, I expect the Mets to have a significant analytics department because that's just the way baseball is. But I do hope that they're allowed to be more free thinking and free flowing. And I got to tell you, you got to get Brody out of there, though.
Oh,
you got to get him out of there. The reason why I say you got to get him out of there, and maybe Sandy could mold him and do some stuff, but
what's up, Rick?
I think that is.
I hear him and Garrett Cole don't really get along well. I don't know why. They were never on the same team, so I don't know.
Nah, but they both grew up in California. There's a budding rivalry between those two. But listen,
look at this. Yankee fans are dying for Bauer.
Listen, I'm good. I mean, do I like him as a pitcher? Yeah, but do I necessarily agree with some of his antics off the field? No. But look at the Met rotation though. this is fantasy book here for a second. Jacob DeGrom, Trevor Bauer, Noah Syndergaard, Dave Peterson, and Big Dog could be their fifth starter. You fix that bullpen a little more. Woo! You're gonna hear him singing "Meet the Mets" in the streets with a Met banner. We're back. Gonna roll up to Big Dog's house. All you're gonna hear is "Meet the Mets." Meet scream out of his window, "Let's go!" Like a real psycho.
Yep.
We
gotta wait and see though. Let's see what this.
Nah, not if they get Trevor Bauer. Everybody moves down a slot. If you get Trevor Bauer, you're automatically saying, "I'm rolling with DeGrom, Bauer, Syndergaard, Peterson is the floor." When Syndergaard gets back, and you saw Syndergaard shot at the Wilpons, talking about,
yep.
I'm like that. He don't treat us like. It's good to have the real life Bobby Axelrod owning our franchise, and that he won't treat us like just like. He said something about being treated like property instead of like a person.
Right.
And I'm like, well, damn. Tell me how you really feel. JC Realmuto and Trevor Bauer, if you get both, that shows up, I think, two of your biggest problems. Because I think it gives you more starting rotation depth. And it also, JC Realmuto right now is the guy for me. Yeah, he is. You're not putting him in the bullpen. There's no way they're putting him in the bullpen. There's no way. First of all, you need him he's going to want to be in the rotation because he's going to want to get his free agent value back up. Second of all, you don't have enough depth in the rotation to do that. And third of all, him in the bullpen might make sense for the short term, but they're not doing that. They might skip him a start here and there and let his body get used to getting back on a regimen, but he's not going in the bullpen. Yeah. Not unless they make a big offseason acquisition or they do something like that, but nah. When he comes back, he's coming back to start because there's too many holes in the rotation right now. And I don't think they bring back Marcus Stroman. So I think that also adds to the rotation needs. But no, JC and Realmuto would be perfect for what they need. You guys definitely need a catcher. You need an offensive-minded catcher, which is why I think JT Realmuto makes the most sense. I like what he brings. Good defensive catcher, hits a little bit. I'm for it if you can make it work. But Big Go, you got any parting shots, man, before we sign off and say goodbye?
That's really it, man. Enjoy the football. Exciting for Mets fans. Exciting future ahead. So we'll see what happens.
And you know me, I'm loving all this. You know why? Because of conversations like this.
Yeah, you and the boys have been trying to get me back into baseball for years. They still got to do it for me to be fully in. But with the Mets, they're luring me back a little bit.
Come on. I'm back in football for you. Come back this way.
Oh, you're gonna do that to me. Guilt trip.
Listen,
all right.
Listen, if the guilt trip works, I'm with it. Okay? Anyway, guys, have a good day. Enjoy the football. We'll see you guys tomorrow at 6 Eastern. Reminder again, that is 6 Eastern. We'll see you guys Monday, 6 Eastern. And maybe, because I'm thinking about doing a special show. I got to talk to this guy and see what the stage is looking like. We may do one before Thursday. I'm not going to give you what the topic is, but when I tell this guy, he might lose his mind. So anyway, be on the lookout. We'll be back Monday. Maybe a special show on, I'm thinking either Wednesday. I'm thinking Wednesday. It's not going to be long. We're not going to be here 90 years. It's going to be, Something short and sweet, fire. All right, and
All right.
we'll get back on the regularly scheduled programming. Okay, enjoy the football, big dog. I love you. All right.
Love you too, man.
Hopefully the Jets pull off a miracle, fire.
Yeah, that ain't happening. The Bears.
Goodbye. We bid you adieu.